Hey everybody, this is Natalie with Hope Springs Eternal. I'm here with Nellie. I originally tried to record this video while she was asleep, but she was not having any of the sleep business, so we're going to do it now. I originally recorded this in one whole video and it didn't work because it was too long. So I'm going to break up the questions into two videos. I don't know if I'm going to post them. Yes, I don't know if I'm going to post them on the same post or if I'm going to separate it into two posts, but we'll just see what works. So first I'm going to answer the questions from my blog, and then I'll go ahead and answer some of the ones from the Forum Spring on the same video, and then the second half of the Forum Spring on the second video. So first question is from Becky, who is a friend of mine that I know in person, and her question is, has having a baby made you rethink the number of kids you thought you wanted to have? If so, do you want more or less? Having a baby has not changed anything in terms of the way I feel about having children. My husband and I, Josh and I, would like no less than 2 kids, no more than 5. I know that probably seems like a lot, but we love kids and we love being parents. Erica from Becca's World asks, what's your favorite color? My favorite color is purple and various shades of purple. An anonymous poster asked, which Sookie Stackhouse man would you do it with if the characters were real and you weren't married with a kid? Not the TV show version of the characters, because they don't count. I agree, the TV show version of the characters do not count. I was just talking about this on Facebook and Twitter, saying how the books are so much better than the TV show. My favorite Sookie Stackhouse man is Quinn. I am Team Quinn all the way. Used to be Team Eric until Quinn came along, and he is hands down my favorite. I'm currently reading, I think it's From Dead to Worse. I just finished Altogether Dead, and I'm just started reading From Dead to Worse, so my answer is Quinn, all the way. Lori asks, have you ever been west of Illinois? If so, what did you like or dislike about it? I've been to California when I was a baby, and I don't remember it. Furthest west of Illinois I've ever been is Iowa. For those of you who don't know, I was born and raised in Chicago. What did I like or dislike about Iowa? It's very beautiful, it's very peaceful in the parts that I went to of Iowa. It's kind of boring. I guess that would be what I liked / disliked about it. Becky asked another question. Since it's Ask You Anything, I entertained the notion of asking how long you waited post-delivery before resuming marital relations, but you already answered that in a tweet this weekend. She is absolutely right. I answered that question in a tweet. My husband and I had our first post-baby bedroom romp recently, and it was good. It was not scary, and it went a lot better than I anticipated. I was a little nervous about it, but we'll just leave it at that. Megan at Adventures of a New Mom, who is actually my cousin-in-law, she married my cousin Eric in 2006, asked, what is the best part about being a mom? The best part about being a mom is just taking care of Nellie. I love seeing her change every single day. It's a new adventure every single morning. I love waking up, you know, see her little face. We don't co-sleep. I go into her crib and get her out. I love seeing the world through her eyes. It's like she discovers something new every single second. Who do you think Nellie looks like the most? I don't know. Let's see. Come here, baby. What do you guys think? What do you think, baby girl? She has my dimple right there, see? And she has my hair. But if you know her dad, she looks just like her father. I mean, completely and totally looks like Josh. She is Josh's baby all over. But she does have my chin and my hair, but I think she looks like Josh. Everybody tells me she looks like me, but I think that's kind of a default response when people see a kid. They say, oh, she looks just like you, but I think she looks like Josh. Her last question, any thoughts on baby number 2? We are going to wait until she is at least a year old before we even think about not preventing for baby number 2. I don't want my kids super close in age, but I also don't want them really far apart. So at least a year, maybe a little bit more, just playing it by ear and see how that goes. When are you coming for a visit? We are all dying to meet Nellie. hopefully sometime in the late summer. Don't want to do it around Christmas because we don't want to make the trip in the snow. We've gotten stuck in way too many ice/snowstorms on our ventures up north, and now that we've got her, we don't want to risk that. So hopefully, as soon as Josh gets some good vacation time, hoping for late summer. Okay, that's it for the blog questions. So now I'm going to answer the first couple on the Formspring and then wrap up this part of the video so I don't overshoot it again. What is the scariest part of being a mom? The scariest part of being a mom is the thought of losing my baby. It starts when you very first get pregnant. You worry about miscarriage, and as time goes on, you worry about stillbirth, and then you worry about SIDS. And I, was very naive in thinking that once she was here, I could breathe easier and stop worrying, but that's not the case. I worry if she's breathing too loudly. I worry if she's not breathing loudly enough. I worry if she fusses. I worry if she doesn't fuss. It never ends. People always told me it never ends, and they're absolutely right. The scariest part about being a mom is the fear of losing your child. When you make the decision to become a parent, you take a part of your heart and you put it in this little tiny person, and that little tiny person, owns that piece of your soul, and if something were to happen to it, that would be a piece of your heart and your soul you'd never get back. And that's really scary. It's really terrifying. Do you want more children? Yes. If yes, then would you want all girls or do you want a boy? This question comes from Mom Murray, who's a friend of mine on Twitter. We want to have kids until we have a boy. We don't want any more than 5 children. If we get pregnant again, when we get pregnant again, and if it turns out to be a boy, then we will have more. But if we end up having, Nellie, and then our next one's a girl, and then the next one's a girl, we're going to keep having children until we have a boy. We very much want a son. What's your all-time favorite movie? This also comes from Mom Murray. The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride is my favorite movie. It has been for a very long time. I have seen that movie more times than I've ever seen any other movie in my entire life. It's a great movie. If you've never seen it, highly recommend it. It's good fun for kids, for adolescents, for adults. Absolutely love it. Okay, I'm going to answer one more and then I'm going to call this one a wrap. What's your favorite genre of music / favorite band or singer? Favorite band of all time is the Beatles. I'm a Beatles purist. Don't like people covering their music. Don't like people messing with it. Makes me mad. I think it's perfect the first time, and people don't need to mess with the Beatles. My 3 favorite bands are the Beatles, Coldplay, and Nickel Creek. I'm sure everybody knows who Coldplay is. Nickel Creek is kind of a bluegrass folk band. Really love them a lot. I got to see them live in Atlanta about 3 years ago, and they were just unbelievable. They're not together anymore, unfortunately. But if you ever are curious, look them up on YouTube. They're really great. Helena is my favorite song. Okay, so that's it for this part of the Ask Me Anything. I don't want to make this too long in the fear of YouTube rejecting my video again. So stay tuned for part number 2.